Hello and welcome to Sylvia's Soul Sanctuary this morning. It is I, Silvia Hartmann, coming to you live from beautiful Eastbourne by the sea. And the year is 2021. It's like Star Trek. Stardate, January 2021. Oh, well, and here we are. And I have decided today that I was going to leave my background from the German live stream because that had things to do with the soul. Welcome to you if you've just tuned in, and also welcome to you if you come to join us later in a different place in time and space. Oh, good morning, Renate. You are my first viewer this morning. That's wonderful. And I'm going to reward you by finding a nice positive for you, because you're the very first person. Good morning, Martin. Lovely that you have tuned in today. I'm going to find a nice positive for Renate. Let's have a look. I've got the German bowl here, so that's what we're going to do here. And what have we got here? Aha! Renate, just for you, today's positive is creativity. Creativity for you today. It's a beautiful positive, and it's one of those, creativity is one of those things that I just love, because you can be creative with so many different things. You know, you can, it's something for every aspect of life. It's not just painting and art and poetry and singing and all of that. It's just being really creative in the everyday. I love that. Good morning, Bear, and good morning, Marianne. Hello, my dear friends. How are you this morning on this well, beautiful morning? It's always beautiful. It's always a beautiful morning. It doesn't matter. You know, some people, they look out the window and it's raining or it's snowing or it's foggy or something, and they think it's not a beautiful day because the sun isn't shining. But I think that, you know, all mornings are special. And if we can sort of get our heads around the fact that every morning we can look out of the window and, you know, notice the weather, must be surely a good day. We're still alive, still having fun on this planet. Good morning, Ravens Weaver from Alaska. Oh, I love Alaska. Waves to Alaska. And yes. Renata said something. Let's have a look. Creativity. Thank you so much. I was just telling my husband, I'm guessing, and how creative you are with your lovely artwork on the shelves. Ah, yeah. See, well, for me, creativity is making something. It's not dreaming about something or thinking about something. It's making something, or making something happen. And we'll come to those in a little while. Thank you that you mentioned them. They are quite precious to me. Okay, Carol Ann. Good morning, Carol Ann. And your presence reminds me of that. I'm super excited. We're going to do Star Matrix 2021, and that starts tomorrow. And I'd get beaten with a stick if I didn't say, hey, do the Star Matrix course. It's incredible, the Star Matrix Masters course. I have this metaphor of literally getting onto this spaceship with the people who are on the course, and we're going on this incredible adventure. I'm a Star Trek fan from the original series, and, you know, space, the final frontier. But it's not really. It's you, the final frontier, your life, your experiences, who you are, what you are, your destiny, this whole super amazing thing of being a human being in the multiverse, alive and conscious, aware. Amazing stuff. Morning, Deborah. Hello. It's lovely that you are here with us today as well. So, yeah, I think we are ready to get started and to have some fun in the Soul Sanctuary. So many years ago, in 2003 to be precise, I decided to write a German book called Zauberwelt. And in English, that would be something along the lines of Wonder World. And I'm talking about the wonder worlds of energy, which are there. They're real, but people just don't realize they're there, and they behave and they act as though there is no such thing as an energy universe, you know, singing and dancing and doing all these wonderful things all around us all the time. And we live in our, houses, flats, in streets, and with politicians and all this stuff. And I call that the hard. And back then, for me, the most important thing was to make reminders that there's more to life than the hard, that the energy universe is real, and to remember that. To remember that when you get stressed out, or when you're freaking out about something, or you saw something in the news that upset you, or you had an argument with a loved one, or anything like that, or you're worrying about money, that this reminder that the energy worlds are real, there really is this wonder world that is running alongside everything else we're doing. And so I made these reminders, and I called these wonder world objects, or wonder world objects. So these are wonder world objects number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so forth. And they are just simply designed to remind me of this other world. And that's why, that they're partially see-through, and they're opalescent, and they're also quite sort of three-dimensional. And they're just standing there to tell me, hey, people, there is this other world, and there's these other things going on. And if you remember that, then you instantly become more empowered. You have more choices of what you can do. If only you got more choices to do something with yourself, to raise your energy, to have better emotions, to do something, even if it's just tapping for just a moment, or thinking about tapping. So you're in a better state, and then you are better prepared to fight your battles in the hard, no matter what they may be. I don't want to put this down. It's not funny. I just trying to put it down, and it keeps coming back. See, and this wonder world of energy, that has another thing in it, and that's the soul. The soul. We really have an immortal soul. How important is it for people to remember that? Now, I want to kind of keep that to my heart. Perhaps these objects are meant to remind me that I have a soul, and there's all these things going on. It's unknown. I just actually want to hold that to my heart here for a moment. Perhaps these are soul objects, to remind me that I have this immortal soul. It's a crazy thing, but yeah. Deborah, sending you a shining sunny beam. Thank you very much. And I think it's, thank you, Deborah. That's lovely. Carol, sorry, I clicked the wrong one. Ilka, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Ilka. Everybody say good morning to Ilka, even if you're watching this on a replay in the middle of the night. Just send that good morning, Ilka, through time and space. That'll be quite funny. Renata says the wonder world art is amazing. Well, yeah, it's not technically difficult. There's just this will to create objects that remind us that are sitting in the hard, and they are hard, they are hard, they're physical, and they are here just to make that connection with, the wonder worlds of energy. Because as we all know, the minute you reconnect with that, you are no longer alone. You are no longer afraid. You are no longer worried about, hard stuff. You just don't worry about it anymore. You're too busy being amazed and excited at how everything sparkles, how much better you feel, how much lighter gravity becomes, how much younger you feel, how much more hopeful for the future. Especially those among us who are getting older, this whole thing that you have an immortal soul just becomes more and more important with every single day that passes. That you're not going towards some horrible, pain-riddled black hole, but that you are going towards a transition, and that there will come a time when you will fly freely, soar in joy, as I call it, and be totally amazed at the next great adventure that unfolds. And I don't just believe that, I know that. I know that. It's not something, but I do call this an inevitable discovery. I believe that everybody who connects with energy, who raises their state, will have their own experiences eventually, or they already had them, to know that this thing with the journey of the soul is not a human hallucination, but that it's actually true, that it's absolutely real. Good morning, Roberta. Lovely that you've come to join us this morning. Ruat says, thank you for this live stream. Look forward to it every Sunday. Yes, me too, Ruat. And thank you for being here. Awesome. Excuse me. So the soul. Let's do something with the soul. Spontaneously, at the end of the German live stream, something happened. And I just ended up saying, let's just say, hello, soul. Let's say good morning. Hello, my dear soul. My dear, dear soul. Well, if you know my work, then you know that I say when we talk to some entity, like the dear energy mind, that we don't just say, hello, energy mind. We actually say, hello, dear energy mind. My dear, dear energy mind. The one that sends me good ideas, that allows me to dream, that gives me insights, provides me with useful memories when I need them. To start with that attitude towards these unknown parts of us, that it is of us, that it is there to serve us, to help us, to protect us, and that it loves us like every other thing about us loves us. Every cell in the body, every fiber of the neurology, every little brain cell we have loves us and wants to serve and protect us, wants to help us have the very best life, the very best experiences possible. So for that reason, I really like to talk about the dear energy mind and to get to a sense where we can feel that dear, my dear, dear, beautiful mind, my dear energy mind. And certainly we should extend that to the soul as well. Just saying good morning to Katerina Kalchenko. Good morning, Katerina. I'm sending you lots and lots of love and healing rays of gold and green and colors you have never seen to help you stay strong and help you grow well and weller and be that well spring that you are for so many people. Okay, so yes, from that dear thing, my dear, dear hands, my dear, dear hands. They're really happy when we address them in a loving fashion. Yeah, you too. Dear hands. They do such wonderful things for me. Amazing things. And it's so for all parts of us. And yeah, and then we can say here, how about my dear soul? Hello, soul. My dear, dear soul. In the German live stream, I said, most people, when you ask them to conceptualize their immortal soul, they end up with some kind of strange UFO that sort of hovers somewhere high above over their head. And it's just this mysterious, strange thing. And I completely understand that. And we haven't really talked enough about souls at all in this incarnation. It's not fashionable to talk about souls. And even the people that are supposed to talk about souls don't talk about souls. They talk about all sorts of hard stuff, like what you should wear or what you should eat and what you mustn't do or what you mustn't say. And when in fact we should be talking about our souls. God Almighty, how important are they? To take away the fear of death and give us guidance, what we have to do in this life, so that the next life is going to, the next level of existence is going to be easily entered to and as much fun as it can possibly be. And that has very little to do with hard stuff. Very little to do with hard stuff and everything to do with energy stuff. And let us remember, the energy rule is that love is the greatest force and the greatest power in the universe. Love is what creates. And love is the only thing that can create. Anti-love or evil just destroys. It cannot build. You know this, guys. You know this. You certainly know this. Hello from Russia. Hello. There's somebody whose name I cannot read. But hello, my dear friend from Russia. Welcome. We're talking of the immortal soul. So back in the day when I said, okay, I mean, this is way back in the day, when I said, okay, so we have this weird other mind, the one that dreams, the one that talks in sentience, that talks in movies, in sounds, in, sensations, this other mind that we have, and we know just nothing about it. How can we get, together with it? How can we connect with it? How can we establish pathways through which energy and information can flow from one to the other, from me, my conscious self, to this unknown entity that is the dear energy mind? And yeah, that started really with just saying, hello, dear energy mind. There's some things that I already know about you. And that's the same with our friend, the soul. There is some things that I already know about you. So, number one, you were created by the same great creative order that I was created from. Number two, you are a part of me. Even though I can't see you and I can't smell you, you are absolutely a part of me. And that means that you must love me unconditionally, just the same as all the other parts of me are loving me unconditionally, and they're trying to help me as best they can. And it's usually my conscious mind that gets in the way of this whole thing being very harmonious. So the soul is a natural thing. It's not some supernatural thing or meta thing. It's natural. People naturally have souls, for the love of God. So these sort of basic understandings, they take a lot of the fear away of this mysterious system that is the soul. It's mine, it's natural, it loves me, and what I need to do is I need to learn to communicate with it better. That starts by paying more attention to it. Imagine you had like a house and you had 3 horses, 3 horses in a field. two brown ones and a white one. And you always ignore the white one. You don't do anything with it. You don't check its feet. You don't feed it. You don't give it any water. You don't give it any shelter because you think you only got two horses in the field, so you only got like two huts. I mean, what is that? It's like there's this amazing creature there that could do so much for you, but because you're never paying any attention to it, might it even be in a sorry state? I don't know about that. But we don't know unless we start paying some attention to it. And that just starts with this whole thing of to say, hello, soul. Hello, my dear soul. My dear, dear soul. I have no idea what you are and how you work and your mysterious ways. But I'd love to know you. I'd love to know more about you. I'd love to invite you into my life because I have this funny feeling that if I did, I'd be happier more often. I believe and I know and I sense that what you bring to the party of life isn't just more fun and games, but actually really important. That you could possibly give me that help that I've always felt I needed, but I didn't receive it from another human being. Well, let's find out, my dear, dear soul. Hello. Hello, soul. And I did that in the heart position. So if you'd like, join me to that too. See, when we assume the heart position, I've made it to say this, we do this to speak to all the parts of us, known, unknown, wherever they may roam. And the soul surely is one of those. It is invited to that party, the totality of a human being, all of it. Even if we don't know how far that goes and what that includes. I really do want to say this. This lifetime is like a party going on in this one, represented by this one physical, living being. And I feel like wanting to really invite my own dear, dear soul, especially to this party today. Please, dear soul, come and join us. I welcome you. My dear soul, I promise I will make time to pay more attention to you. To ask more questions about you, to learn more of you, to share more of my life with you. My dear, dear soul, my lovely, beautiful, shining soul, let's just make friends. Let's learn, let's play, let's dance together as one, as we should be, as we are meant to be. We are as one. And that is my will. Ah, yay. Well, if you like, clap your hands a little bit and notice how that increases energy flow, raises energy flow. And give a round of applause to your immortal soul, if you like. Woohoo! You're fantastic. I love you. Yay. That's a lovely positive energy and something that we can really use to, you know, brighten us up, but also to let these things know that we love them and that we are delighted to have them, that we appreciate them, and yes, that we're grateful for them and what they do for us. Ah, a round of applause for my feet, a round of applause for my lips. This is it's just a thing, you know. People are so detached from their own bits, and all the bits need love. Every part, every cell, everything is hungry for love. And when love, positive energy, saying thank you is offered, you know, they come to life and they go, oh, wow, yeah. Oh, I'm going to help you even more. I'm going to work even harder for you now. I'm so inspired. And that's the whole thing about energy, isn't it? That is the word, inspired. I believe so much could be so much better if we were more inspired in the widest metaphorical sense and all parts of us. Just looking at the comments here. Let's see what Sasanti says. Sasanti has a soul summit soon. A soul summit soon. Search her name and you will find, and it's free. And it's going to be awesome. I'm going to be a part of it. I'm going to talk about my dear star matrix, and I look forward to it. See what Susanti says. Thank you. This helped me increase my energy this Sunday. Brighten my heart. Works very quickly. Fantastic. Love the fantastic. Yes, fantastic. We are fantastic. Well, yeah, I really think souls are important. I also think from a strictly logical standpoint here, when you got your soul nailed down and you really got that soul thing sorted out, that your relationship with your own immortal soul, that once that it's kind of a graduation in a way from an apprenticeship. Getting a good relationship with your soul is really, uh, yeah, it's a sign that you are going in the right direction, shall we say? Shall we say that? Okay, my friends. So that's what I really wanted to share this morning, was that thing with the soul and the dear soul, my dear, dear, beloved soul. And I would really invite you to take a moment and sit down and write a letter to your soul in your own words. Like, hello, this is Silvia speaking, conscious part of the totality and learning. I'm learning, doing my best here. I don't really know quite who you are or where I can find you or what I have to do to improve our relationship. But I thought I'll start with this letter to let you know that I'm very excited about making your acquaintance and learn more about you. As I was doing that thing in the heart position earlier, I was like, oh, this is the energist's handshake, isn't it? That's a 3-step process that we do in live energy trainings, where you look at the person and you don't think to yourself, oh, this person's just like Aunt Betty or like that man who abused me or anything like that. You just look at the person and you say, I don't know who you are. Because that's a fact. Just because somebody looks like somebody, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. We need to look beyond people's outward appearances. It's so important. Because if we don't, that creates this huge barrier between us and learning something from that person, understanding that person, or doing something with them. So the first step in this three-part process, the energist handshake, is to literally say, I don't know who you are. And if that causes you fear or confusion, if you like to put people into tiny boxes and to have this false sense of security, now I know who you are, I just have to take one look at you. And this happens to me a lot. People look at me and say, oh, that's just an old fat woman. She can't possibly have anything of use to say for me. And up go the barriers, and yeah, that's it. They can't learn from me. They cannot learn from me. Like, say with clients, somebody walks in who looks just like your abusive stepfather, and you can't treat that person. Not unless you do that thing first where you say, I don't know who you are. Huh. And once we got over that shock of, yeah, this is actually amazing, this is scary, there's this person is like a universe in their own right. So much information, so much energy. That can be scary and overwhelming, and we deal with that with EMO. The second step then, once we go over that and we can actually say, I don't know who you are. Second step is to say, but I want to know you. I want to know you. Give it to me. Give me all of that information and energy. I'm designed to process that. Let it just flow in, through, and out. I want to know you. That's there are people walking this earth who've never met anybody who's looked at them with that frame of mind of, I want to know you. I really want to know you. And in the energist handshake in the real world, that's additional information. When you're taking somebody else's hand and holding it, there is an ocean of information, additional information about that person coming your way. And we can't even know just how much information is in a human handshake. We can't know that. Whether there's information about their hormonal states, about what trace elements they're lacking in their diet, and so much beyond that. It's unbelievable. But we do that handshake and we say, reveal yourself to me. Step 3, which we can't do thanks to isolation. But in the case of our soul that doesn't have a hand to shake, that's just as well. And it gives us the time and space to do that metaphorical handshake with our own soul. I don't know who you are. But I so much want to know you. Reveal yourself to me. That might be a wonderful way to begin that process of reconnecting with our own souls, which I believe to be not a luxury, not something to do after all your work is done in the heart, but as a priority to, bring us aid, bring us help, bring us comfort, and bring us things we don't even know what they could possibly be. And those, of course, are the sparkling surprises. And see, I started out making these things round to remind me of the soul, but then I made them square, because for me, the square sort of stands for physical reality, for the heart. Bring these surprises from the wonder worlds into the heart. Surprise me, soul. Show me what you can do. I bet you can do a lot, but I don't know what it is. But that's okay, because I don't know who you are, but I want to know you. And by your works should you be known. So soul works. The soul works. It does stuff. I am personally looking forward to doing more with that. I've spent a long, long time learning to understand my dear energy mind. And it's been a superb journey. And I believe it has brought me here, and also through Star Matrix, now set me up to start connecting, integrating, understanding what my soul is up to, what it wants, and how it can benefit me in ways that I have longed for and hoped for all my life. Okay, guys, yeah. So there we are. Hello, soul. I hope you guys have enjoyed that. You know, just, my dear soul, I just had another thought. If you're interested, we can also, you know, Renata, thank you, Silvia. It's been a lovely session. Happy Sunday to all. Indeed, happy Sunday. And may it be a Sunday for everyone, no matter where or when they are, a day of sun. The soul is often metaphorized as the sun, the sunrise, which is great. What I was just thinking, just before we close, that just popped into my mind, and gotta say it, in Supermind, Project Sanctuary, when we have an entity and we don't quite know what to do with them, what we often do as the first thing is we give them as a gift. So that's something to start with. If this soul thing might be confusing, or just start giving your souls some the gifts and find out what happens when you do. I'm going to do that. That's really going to go fun. Hey. Mariana says, now I'm going to dance through the Sunday and have a great party with my beloved soul. Oh, you're so very welcome, dear Marianne. Excellent. And Janine Allen says, Soul Matrix next. Now, I believe, nay, I know, that Star Matrix is the Soul Matrix. It is. Because that, you know, remember that we start in Star Matrix with this thing about when people are close to death and their life flashes before their eyes, and it only flashes high positive events. I believe that's the moment when the most important events of your life are uploaded to your soul, so it can take them away and fly off with those. The Star Matrix is totally designed around that concept of that only our highest positive events in this life are so important that they will survive our physical death. So the Star Matrix is absolutely the Soul Matrix. This would be another word for it, Soul Matrix. It's the same thing, one and the same. I believe that by doing Star Matrix, I know that by having done Star Matrix now intensively for a year, this is why we ended up here in the soul, in the country of the soul. Let's see what Pavel has to say. Pavel says, hey, Pavel, I keep gathering stars to support me, doing my book of stars. I wonder what the time is where you are, my dear. Novosibirsk, quite a long way from Eastbourne. Yes, I think that's super important, the Book of Stars, writing down the high positive memories as they come to you. Super important. And again, one of those things that connects the energy world, in this case, you know, the soul experiences, to the heart. We end up with writing it down. We're connecting the levels and the layers that have been broken apart. And in the process, people have lost their souls. And that's just, oh my God, you know, they haven't lost them, but they lost access to them. Everybody knows if you leave your telephone, your mobile phone behind in the hotel room, it doesn't help you that you have a mobile phone. If it's not there with you, you can't make any phone calls or receive any messages. So yeah, guys, thank you very much. We've been here for 40 minutes. That is our time is up. I am delighted you were here with me this morning. I invite you to come back for next Sunday Live with Silvia, where I suspect there'll be something else on the shelves behind me. I'm really thrilled that I went through the, you know, redoing the studio and doing those empty shelves, because I have no idea what there will be next, but whatever it will be, it'll have something to do with energy, with the wonder worlds of energy, and to be a energy sanctuary where we can just focus on this thing, the invisible realities that everybody pretends they don't exist at all, and try to live their lives like that. And I am sorry to have to say, it really hasn't worked. It really hasn't worked. Human beings are spiritual by nature. They're spiritual by nature. But just ignoring that or pretending it isn't so, we're just going to get ourselves into more and more trouble than we're already in. So yeah, this whole thing, energy is important, absolutely important. And it is a huge competitive advantage to be having when the worst comes to the worst. Okay, guys, yes, thank you very much for your time. I'm going to send you lots and lots of loves and blessings. I'm going to say hello to all your souls. Hello from Silvia, hello. And from Silvia's soul. Perhaps these souls can have a party while we wash the dishes in the heart. Who knows? Who knows what they're up to? But I'd love to find out more. So I'm wishing you everything wonderful. Those of you who are on board for Star Matrix 2021, I'll see you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock when the course starts. And the rest, I will wish you a wonderful day and a wonderful week. And I look forward to being here with you again next Sunday. Lots of love from me. And bye for now. Bye. I love doing this.